The state Supreme Court heard arguments in his re-election bid earlier this week. Fields is challenged over term limits. The court did not indicate when it would rule, and the election, of course, is October the 20th. Today, some voters are buzzing about last night's governor's debate, where one candidate says he wants former Governor Edwin Edwards sprung from the federal pen. News 2's Tony Jones talked with voters about the issue. He has their answers.
Michael, for some, just mention the name Edwin Edwards and it harkens memories of corruption in Louisiana. Now, for others, he was a man who stood up for the poor. Last night, 7 years after being sent to prison, Edwards was still a player in Louisiana politics.
Thursday night's gubernatorial debate featured questions about the recovery, the economy, and education. But for some watchers, a rather interesting part came at the very end.
The President of the United States called and asked you whether he should pardon Edwin Edwards and release him from prison.
Three candidates said they'd let the legal process play itself out. But Foster Campbell didn't hold back.
I tell him do it.
Edwards, who turned 80 last month, was convicted in 2000 in a gambling license extortion scheme and has been in federal prison ever since. Most we talked to agree with Campbell.
Based on what he's done and other records, I think they should let him go. And that's just the bottom line to it. I don't think it's fair.
He's a very old man at this point. He served a long time in jail. His son served a long time in jail for it, and I just think he's whipped at this point. I think he'll probably be pardoned at the end of George Bush's term anyways.
I just find that it would be interesting that would be a question at a serious debate. It wouldn't bother me if any of the candidates let him out of prison.
But another voter thinks Edwards should serve out his sentence.
If someone does the crime, they should do the time. No one should be above the law. And if he is eligible for parole at a certain point, then he can get out then, just like everybody else.
Now, there are some who continue to work to secure Edwards' release, including former governor and political rival Dave Treen, who believes Edwards deserves forgiveness for any crimes he may have committed. Tony Jones, WBRZ News 2.
Thanks, Tony. A woman